Hello there, Star Wars toy fans. This is Jim. Thanks for stopping by my channel. Well, I thought it was due time to do an action figure review. And for those of you that watch my channel, you know that I'm really into the retro figures, and usually I don't get into the vintage collection. But this is one that I wanted for my Mandalorian collection, and since they're not making a retro version, well, I picked this one up. Now, these are kind of spendy. You'll see that I already opened this, but I haven't actually taken them out of the package here. These are like 16 bucks looking around, and unfortunately for me, I got this for $5.50 because it didn't ring up at the checkout stand. Now, I'm not going to mention the store just in case this gets back to them. But it didn't ring up, it zeroed out, and the cashier went to the manager, and the manager just said it's not in the system, even though it was on the pegs. And she just said $5.50. And I said, can I get one for my son? And she said, yeah, go ahead. So I did. So here we have the back side of this, and you can see that they've got the Klaatu Raider. That guy was there too. I thought, should I pick it up? But I didn't want to press my luck. I wasn't going to pay 16 bucks for a figure. That was just not where I was going with it. But as I mentioned, I wanted to have this in my collection. Now, I like the retro figures because they fit really well with the vintage Kenner style collection. These newer figures, I think that the sculpt is exceptionally well done. They've taken that photo close-up of Luke and scanned that in. It looks like he did from the television show. That's, by the way, one of my favorite scenes in The Mandalorian. And he's got all sorts of points of articulation. So you can see that the waist already moves, and that's just loose coming out of the package. But before we get into the more articulation, let's go ahead and take off the cape. I love the fact that it's a fabric cape, by the way. It's beautifully done. It does just come off really. Oh, look at that. It's got a hood on that. That's cool. Okay. So here we go. So obviously the waist is overly loose. We have our multiple joints here at the shoulders. Those are nice and stiff. Elbows bend, wrists turn, both arms. It looks like the legs come up to be seated, but kind of comes at an angle. And I suppose that you can bring the legs in like so, and then bend the knees to a certain extent. Yeah, they do lock, so that's nice. I mean, he can at least sit in a chair fairly easily, but I don't know anybody that really sits like that unless you're on a horse. But maybe he's going to get on the Tauntaun or a Dewback, who knows, Bantha. Well, let's see how well he stands. They make the feet so small, and yeah, they're accurate, but sometimes these guys just don't stand very well. Not that the original Kenner stood all that well either. Okay, he's got a little hunch a little bit over, but overall, I mean, it's a really nicely done figure. I'm glad that they didn't put the articulation here at the chest where that twists. I just do not like that feature. There's the back side, and oh, look at that, it's got fabric here. Interesting. Too bad they didn't do fabric all the way around, but maybe that would have deterred from the overall look, because that gets in the way. But like I said, it's not like he can sit straight anyway like the original Kenner figures. But yeah, I just can't believe how remarkably accurate that face is. Amazing what they can do with computers. Well, let's see how well he holds his weapon. Now, one of the nice things about this gun here, it's much stiffer plastic, at least it appears to be, than some of the Hasbro weapons. You know, they're so rubbery that you can't get them in the hand. And looks, he's got a finger on the trigger, so, well, yeah, holds the weapon really, really nicely, the Palace Blaster. Okay, so then let's go for the lightsaber. Let's see how well that he holds that. Yeah, fabulous. And then it looks like now my son, yeah, and notice there's a hole there on the hilt, so you can put your lightsaber. Yeah, fits really nicely. Overall, it's really well done. My only complaint is that the feet are so small, and see those heels there, how narrow they are, and then the hole can't go very deep, because then you're going to get into the articulation area here, because the feet go up and down. I would be fine if they got rid of that feature myself, and then we can have these guys stand on the vintage Kenner stands. Now you may be thinking, well, most figures can't stand anyway. Well, I end up drilling out the holes so that way, at least one, so that way they can stand on the vintage Kenner stuff. Well, let's do a comparison here of the figures. Now, it's been a long time since I picked up a Luke. This is a 1999 Luke in Jedi outfit that came with the skiff, and this is by far a much inferior sculpt. We thought the faces were pretty good then. I mean, it's just no comparison. And even the outfit is designed structurally much better for Mark Hamill's stature. And details better. Just overall, this is night and day, a much better figure that they've come out with the vintage collection. Well, I hope you enjoyed this action figure review, and let me know your thoughts on it. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new. You're just going to fall over there. And give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Take care, and we'll see you on a future video.